Jack, welcome to Bristol Rovers. You're now a Bristol Rovers player. How does that feel?
I'm delighted to be here. I'm speaking to the manager early doors, and I'm over the moon to get something sorted so early in the current situation we're in. Obviously, there's a lot of lads out of contract this year, so for me personally, it's great to be here, and I'm really excited.
You mentioned the manager there. Was he a main draw in kind of you signing on the dotted line?
Yeah, I spoke to the gaffer a couple of times before signing anything, and he's a real positive guy, and he knows the way he wants to play football, which is basically exactly the way that I see myself playing. I feel like he's got big plans. He's a positive guy. There's a lot of positivity around Bristol Rovers at the minute, so I think it's a good time to sign, and I'm really excited to get started.
Looking back on your career, it's kind of stand out that a lot of it has been played in League One, so you're well versed in this division, aren't you?
Yeah, I'd like to think I can kick on. I've had a couple of injuries and dips of form over playing, but I do feel like I've got a good experience at this level. Obviously, younger players coming through the club, I feel like I'll be a good person to have around the change room to kind of help them develop to play at this level. And yeah, like I say, I've played a lot of time at this level now, so I'm hoping that I've learned from mistakes I've made, and I've grown as a person. So it's a fresh start for me, and time to really have a good go and kick on.
The Rovers fan base are very passionate. You've played in front of expectant fan bases before in your career.
Yep.
And you're well used to the pressures that brings as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, having most recently, well, I was at Salford on loan this year, but previously at Sunderland. They've got a massive fan base with high demands, to say the least. So that pressure is something that I'd had to deal with, and I felt like I'd done pretty well, to be honest. I played many games previous season at Sunderland, so it's all like what they say, in the bank, and I can draw on that experience if needed, and I think it puts me in good stead going forward.
Looking back at your career, you started off at Hartlepool, but I'm reading kind of there might be a chance your career path might have taken a different direction at one point.
Yeah, so before I signed for Hartlepool, I was at sixth form doing my A-levels, and I had a place at university to do physiotherapy, so that was kind of the dream of being a footballer, and playing professional football was always there, but the realistic side and always kind of pushed me at school and college. So I had a place at university to do physiotherapy, and 2 months before I was going to start the course, I went and tried at Hartlepool, and the rest, they say, is history.
You've mentioned your time at Peterborough. Steadily over time you became a firm first team player at London Road, didn't you? The season before you departed, you remained captain. What do you feel your qualities you brought to that role?
Obviously, I was still quite young when I was captain, but I felt like a figurehead in the change room that kind of could listen to everybody and see everybody's point of view, as well as having the respect from like fellow teammates, whether that be through my work ethic, the kind of person that I am. Just I like to think I'm a good listener, so if anyone talks, I'll listen. And once I get out on the pitch, I like to think that I'm a pretty good leader. So it's obviously the manager at the time see that and give me the armband, and that was a great experience for me at such a young age, relatively young age in captain terms. But like I say, it's all experience that I can draw on coming to Rovers, and really helped me get going.
In your sign-off message when it was announced you'd be leaving Sunderland, you kind of ended it on the verse, on to the next chapter. What do you hope the next chapter involves for yourself?
For me, the picture for the next chapter is a complete fresh start. Obviously, I've moved around to different parts of the country. I've dragged my family to different parts of the country. So for me, this is a move where I can get settled early, hit the ground running, and really enjoy playing football again in front of a passionate fan base again. Great football club and a great manager who wants to do things with Rovers. So it is like turning a page, a new chapter, and all the cliches. But that's the way I feel about coming here and getting started.
obviously you had that prolonged break from the ending of one season and the start of a new one.
Yep.
You must be itching now to kind of get back out on the pitch and really show the Rovers fans what you're about.
Yeah, it's been tough. Obviously, all I've ever known for the last, well, since I was young, I played football every day. But for the last 8 years, 9 years, whatever it is, I've gone out, got my boots on every day to play football, and to have that kind of taken away, it's been tough. But obviously, there's loads of lads in the same boat, and having watching the games come on the telly now, it's just kind of urging me a bit more to get out there. So looking forward to getting back, and obviously under no illusions it's going to be tough. I've been keeping myself as fit as I can, been doing some little football sessions and stuff, but nothing compares to coming in and training with the squad. So I'm looking forward to it and ready to get going.
And lastly, for the Rovers fans who perhaps haven't seen you in action, can you just kind of describe the qualities you have in your game?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a defender, but what these days say a modern day defender. Probably like to get the ball down, step in and try and find passes, breaking lines with the passes. But I'd like to say I'm good in the air, quite physical when I need to be. Positive leader on the pitch. Probably, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably all I can say really. Hopefully I can keep on improving really, because I feel like I've got another level to kick on to. So hopefully I can come in and work with the gaffer and the team that he's going to assemble, and really improve my game also.
And you mentioned it earlier on, but that kind of draw coming to a new city is almost like it is a fresh start, isn't it? Yeah, and
like I said, I've dragged my family all over the country so far, so it's a good time for us to kind of move to a new city. Obviously I've heard lovely things about Bristol. I've spoke to many people, and everyone said the same thing. It's a lovely city, so we're really excited to come down, settle in the area. I've got 2 young children who will be going to school, so for them it's about making new friends, and for us obviously meeting new people in a different part of the country. And off the pitch I'm looking forward to just enjoying where I live, and on the pitch enjoying what I do again.